Okay, so we reached section 2 of tailing, and this is not really too much more difficult than the first. There's kind of going to be a main area with a helicopter, but you're going to kind of stay way out of that thing's searchlight and just have to MK a few people. Shouldn't be difficult. And Otacon's going to help, of course. There's a few of them here. I think there's like 4 guys, so you need to be careful not to miss any. Otherwise, they might get a caution, and then that's not gonna make things easier for you. And there you go. That should be those 4 cleaned out.
Look out! Searchlight! Find something nearby to hide behind. Stay out of the light.
So yeah, I've never actually been caught by the searchlight in this. Like by taking this particular route. I guess if you try to cut straight through the middle, then you run the risk of getting caught, but surely you're not stupid enough to do that unless you really know what you're doing. So again, kind of very easy. And there should be 2 more guys here, and provided I take them out, then it should be plain sailing for Mr. Resistance Man. And then we'll get one step closer to meeting Big Mama. But when you're first playing this particular section of the game, because you're not really used to this type of thing, it's actually quite easy to get seen by the guy, or to kind of scare him off, or to get alerts, cautions, that type of thing. And I found myself actually getting lost quite often. I mean, it's actually a bigger area than you might think. There's quite a few kind of streets, and there's a little river section and all that kind of stuff. So it is actually quite easy to lose your way in this bit, unless you've played it a few times. But as far as I know, it should be quite easy. He's going to cross the street and then go into kind of an alley, and then that should be the end of section 2. So it's been pretty painless so far. And I've got to get my MK on, so I'm happy with that. I'm hoping that I'm going to finish this in time for Rising, because obviously I forget how long the cutscenes are. The uploads are taking me longer than I thought, so I'm trying, but we'll see what happens. I've pre-ordered Rising, and I've got some advice from a few friends that said there's a particular site that's known for kind of getting the game in early, so I've tried my luck with that, and hopefully if I can get it early, it should be quite a popular little series, but we'll see what happens. I need to do a little bit of practice on the demo first, actually, because all I have is my Eurogame experience for about 10 minutes, so I need to kind of get up to scratch with that game so I don't look like a total idiot when I play through it. So yeah, if you wait here, the next bit doesn't trigger. You have to go into the next doorway, even though you know he's in there. It's just really stupid like that. Like I said, there's lots of kind of little discrete triggers. See, this makes all the difference. So now he decides to come out. I hope. Yeah, and that is the slowest walk ever. And he's wearing like a bicycle helmet. Come on. Does he leave something in here? I think he does. My solid eye is showing that.
There's
Okay.
something fishy about that PMC trooper. Do you hear whistling?
Oh, come on. You cannot be that obvious. Come on. Anyone in the world would know that's the same guy. Otacon really does oversimplify things sometimes. Again, I think like I showed before, there should be the option of using the Laughing Beauty mask around here, but I'm not 100% sure. Should be able to do it, and if so, that should be an easy way to get through. But I might be wrong on that. It definitely worked for the first section where I showed you guys, but I'm not sure if it works for all 3. Let me pick up some Drebin points because I might need to buy a weapon for the next boss. Oh, he's just so slow. Surely you'd have a slightly more brisk walk. The longer he's out on the streets, the more he's in danger. He's taking it so slow. Ugh. No, okay, I thought that was a guy. Alright. I think the third section is even easier because he just joins up with a group of soldiers, so you don't really have to bother too much about protecting him. He just kind of joins a patrol and just starts walking with them. Yeah. So all you have to do is kind of keep your distance and just keep following. And then there's one bit where there's going to be a patrol in like a jeep, kind of going around the streets, and you'll hear them coming from a mile off anyway, and just stay in a doorway and keep hidden, and that should be enough. So yeah, still pretty easy. And I think this guy on the right here might kind of come back into our path later on, so let me try and take him out now. That's not going to work. Yeah. What, I missed? Okay. Fair enough. So they gradually whittle away. You start with 3, and now there's already only 1 left next to him, so it's not too bad, just time consuming. Nice graffiti detail on the walls as well, actually. I wonder if these have like secret meanings. If anyone knows or has an idea, I'd be happy to hear it. Super stealth by Solid Snake, hiding behind trees. To be honest, after the first time I played through this bit, I tended to just do it using the Octo camo because you get better camouflage all round. But then again, I thought this is a more kind of authentic way to do it, so I'll keep my nice jacket on, because this is pretty much the only time, other than the tuxedos and all that kind of stuff, you get to see Snake looking like a, well, I would say a boss, but that'd be kind of wrong. Okay. He really doesn't look back very often, which is kind of interesting for a guy that's trying to hide from potential pursuers. He kind of just like glances to the walls on the side, just like enjoying the graffiti.
Looks like they're conducting vehicle patrols. Watch out for them, Snake.
Okay, so for once that was actually some useful advice in case for whatever reason you didn't hear that jeep. So yeah, this can catch you out, so it's you need to be careful. Solid eye is also helpful, obviously, because you're going to see a massive blob kind of moving. So which way? He's going that way. Okay. There should be a decent sized window between each pass, so you should be able to make it through. I think I might hide in that doorway on the left, actually, just in case. So yeah, camo's 71%. I think that's going to be fine. I don't know, maybe in extreme they might see you in this situation, but again, I think that's another reason why Octo camo might work well, just for that added kind of security. Again, he's just so slow through this bit. At least he doesn't take any unnecessary stops. It's that random chatter. Alright, so 55% in. Oh shit, they better not see me. No. Okay. Good. Like I say, I think as long as you're in a doorway, you should be safe. Okay, so a few more seconds, he just needs to go there and then he should change his uniform. Oh, come on. Honestly, if I get seen now by that jeep because of how slow he is, I will cry. Come on. Oh shit, the jeep is... You cannot be serious. No! Finally. Honestly, if I got an alert there, that would have been the stupidest alert I've ever received. Thank God for that. At least he didn't see me as well. I'm just casually crouched kind of in front of him. Doesn't have very good eyesight. I think if I was on extreme, I probably would have got an alert there. So, even for that final bit, you need to be careful because he's just so flipping slow. But now it is time for the mother of all cutscenes. And yes, that was a pun. Alright, enjoy.
Big Mama.
Is this the guy?
What do you think? I didn't hear him coming at all. He's gotta be the one.
Yeah, but look at him. He's ancient.
Very impressive, CQC, Snake. No doubt about it. He is the legendary soldier. Call me Mama. Big Mama.
I need to talk to you. Raiden sent me.
My, how you've grown, David. It was you, not I, who was created from the rib of man. But I gave you life. I am your mother.
What?
Les enfants terribles. You can't grow a human being in a test tube, not even a clone. You need a woman's body to give it life.
You mean... a surrogate mother?
That's an awfully cold way to put it. I am your mother. I gave birth for the Patriots.
Gave... birth?
The forbidden fruit. Appropriate. No? Follow me. I'll explain everything. The man who wants me dead is Liquid, your twin. You think you know him, but I know him better. He was once Ocelot, but Liquid has taken control of his soul. And now he's locked in a bitter struggle with Zero,
Zero.
the founder of the Patriots.
Found her. When did this happen?
40 years ago. During the Cold War, when the United States and the Soviet Union were still at odds. It was in that chaotic era that the Patriots were born. And I played my part. I was one of the founding members.
You?
Zero created the Patriots to manage and control the American state. That control endured long after the Cold War ended. The organization became an empty shell, continuing to function through AIs. Those AIs are responsible for the creation of the war economy, and they gave rise to the Sons of the Patriot system. But I am partly to blame. I bear some of the guilt for creating the organization. It was right after I first met your father, Big Boss. Back in 1964, I was ordered to take part in a CIA op called Operation Snake Eater, which concerned a new weapon the Soviets were developing at the time. My mission was to support a certain agent. That agent later became Big Boss, but I knew him as Snake.
Snake?
Yes, Naked Snake. That was his code name at the time, a name he would give to you, his son. The commander of this mission was a man called Zero, the head of Special Forces Unit Fox. Back then, I was working as a double agent for the Chinese. My objective was to secure the location of the Philosopher's Legacy, a massive cache of hidden wealth, and report it to Beijing. I was to acquire a microfilm showing the location of secret funds, funds amassed by the Allied powers during World War II. But I failed in my mission and was expelled from China. I took the apple from the snake and was cast out of Eden. After years on the run, I ended up in Hanoi. That's where I met him again. It was around then that Zero used the massive funds contained in the Philosopher's Legacy to start a new organization, the Patriots, which would carry out the final wishes of a certain legendary hero. The initial membership consisted of Big Boss, Sigint, Paramedic, and their commander, Zero. Oh, and there was one more who we mustn't forget. He stayed behind in the Soviet Union to support the group as an informant, Ocelot, who is now Liquid. After your father rescued me in Hanoi, I went to America and joined their organization. Zero's goal was to achieve a unity of thought and awareness. He believed that was what the boss wanted, and the rest of the Patriots followed his lead.
The boss?
The boss was a legendary hero from the Second World War, known as the Mother of Special Forces. She had an almost overwhelming charisma about her. The CIA feared this, so they had her eliminated. If she had survived, the world of the 21st century might have been a very different place. We were all influenced by the boss's will. It was what drove us to create this organization, to be closer to that spirit. Zero decided that in order to lead the people, we needed a special kind of icon. So he turned to Big Boss, the last son of the boss. He shared more of her life than anyone else. It was Big Boss, the true heir to her legacy, who was best suited to play this role. Zero elevated Big Boss, the hero who saved the world, to the status of an idol. The truth behind Big Boss became riddled with exaggeration, misrepresentation, and outright lies. Zero disseminated these stories among the masses and gathered the rich and powerful to his banner. Every era needs its symbols to control the people, whether it be the stars and stripes, or the hammer and sickle. As the times and currents of politics changed, so too did Zero. Eventually, he became a prisoner of his own lust for power, sparking friction between him and Big Boss, who resented playing the puppet. With Big Boss drifting away, Zero realized he would need insurance. Something that would perpetuate the existence of Big Boss, their organization's icon. And so Zero secretly embarked on a new project, Les Enfants Terribles. Its goal was to create a clone of Big Boss, the ultimate soldier. The project was led by Dr. Clark, known at the time as Paramedic. After dozens of failures, they finally, miraculously, succeeded in producing a fertilized egg. The egg used in the successful in vitro fertilization came from Dr. Clark's assistant, a healthy Japanese woman.
Blood from the east flows within your veins.
Give birth to Big Boss. To realize this, I asked to serve as the surrogate mother, and was more than happy to carry you in my womb. I loved him. 9 months later, I gave birth to 2 Big Bosses, you and Liquid. It didn't matter that you were clones or that they had manipulated your DNA. You were born the same way as any other normal child, from your mother's womb. But Les Enfants Terribles proved to be the final straw for Zero and Big Boss. Determined to oppose Zero and his plans, Big Boss broke away from the Patriots. He left the States, created his own mercenary company, and drifted around the world. I'm sorry. Your father never wanted you. Human life isn't meant to be manipulated like that. I knew that, but I wanted you. After Big Boss left, Zero really lost control. What Zero wanted was an orderly world, one governed by rules. His fortune grew through countless wars, and his words influenced decision-making all the way up to the Oval Office. As the world saw the rise of digital technology, IT, the internet, and genetics, the Patriots' power grew immense. Their roots spread and took hold throughout the globe. In time, they began to dictate the fate of entire nations from the shadows. And before we knew it, the Patriots, the proud police of the world, started bringing an entire planet under their control.